Hiya, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
You want to go do a podcast?
Sure.
Jump in.
Ladies and gentlemen, fillies and genticles, dragons of all ages, and everyone else, welcome to Pondering Pony. I'm your host, John, and with me I have my co-host. Alright, Jay, you think you're the top podcaster in all of Ponyville?
Well, I was gonna say in all of Equestria, but that might be Gilding the Lily.
And I think I'm the top athlete, so let's prove it.
Prove what?
I challenge you to an iron podcast competition, an episode to decide who's the best once and for all.
You know what, John? You're on.
Yeah. Do we have any games to play, or what? What are we doing?
No, I didn't plan anything like that.
Well, let's call it a draw. Anyway, this is a podcast about toy media franchises, 2000s nostalgia, and whatever else we want to talk about. And this week we are back to talk about My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, Season 1, Episodes 13 and 14.
Yeah. So before we get into this, I don't remember if this was on mic or off mic that we talked about this, but I mentioned since Applejack is a drink, I was like, oh, I should try and get some Applejack for one of these episodes. So this was more of a process that I thought it was going to be. So I didn't actually get any Applejack, but I was trying to find it at the store, but all I could find was like Jack Daniel's apple whiskey, and I don't like whiskey. I'm like, well, that's not Applejack, so I'm not gonna pay $30 for something I don't want.
I mean, there's a joke that we call Applejack Daniels, but anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so I happened to be watching like YouTube, and I stumbled on a video by Adam Ragusia about cider and the different types of cider. And in that video, he actually talks about Applejack, because what Applejack is, and I didn't realize this, is because apple cider can only naturally hit like a certain amount of alcohol just making it regularly. So the way that you get a higher alcohol content is you actually have to distill it. One of the ways of distilling it is you put it outside. Say you're a poor apple orchard owner, it's winter time, so you put it outside, you let the water and stuff freeze, and then you pour out what's left, and that's higher alcohol concentration, because ethanol doesn't freeze until you get it very, very cold. So yeah, that is what that process is called, jacking. So that's what Applejack is. It is frozen apple cider that then the alcohol, higher concentration alcohol stuff, has been poured out. Now apparently that is not the best way to distill cider. So usually they do other methods of distilling, which is why it's not easy to find Applejack. Apparently there's like chemicals that also happen when you do the distillation process that get more concentrated, that are harmful. Like I was hearing that they lead to worse hangovers as opposed to other distillation things. So I was like, oh, I could get some apple brandy, but I don't like that much alcohol content in my alcohol. So I was like, oh, I'll just get some apple cider. We'll skip the distillate. Well, I mean, you aren't even allowed to distill stuff legally without a license, so I'm not going to do that. So anyway, I got myself some apple cider that I'm gonna have here. This is from the cellars of Royal Farms. I actually visited and did a tasting, and this was my favorite. It's a green apple hard cider. So yeah, this is my version of Applejack.
Well, I did tell you to wait to drink cider till next season, but okay, whatever.
I was not remembering that. I picked up this bottle and then I opened it a couple nights ago, and then was like, oh, since we're doing the episode, I'll finish up the little bit that's left over.
All right. Well, you'll have to get some more next season.
Anyway. That will be. I enjoy apple cider, so
nice.
I have some in the fridge waiting for when it is thematically relevant.
I sometimes enjoy the family-friendly version.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, this week, what are we doing?
Yeah, first up we have Season 1, Episode 13, Fall Weather Friends. Good episode for this time of year. Released January 28th, 2011. same directors as usual, written by Amy Keating Rogers, and then same production staff as usual.
Yes. And if you're people listening to this for the first time and haven't listened to any of our other episodes, sorry, you're not going to get that information. So go back to our early episodes to learn our normal people. Anyway,
Yep.
interesting thing is that for a little history section for today, uh, it was like a couple days before this, or a few weeks before this episode, we have the official Equestria Daily being created. So
Okay.
they had one of their first posts being, here's like the next 3 upcoming episodes with like the titles and a small synopsis, and Fall Weather Friends was the very next episode after they first were
Neat.
created. So hey, the fandom's moving along, and very
Yeah.
interesting too, because this week introduces 2 very big meme stuff that just never dies. Um,
Okay.
so
I think I
yeah,
caught one, or maybe that was the next episode.
yeah. The next one is the very big one, but this
Okay.
one also had like a subtle one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for the plot of this episode, Remadash and Applejack participate in an Iron Pony competition, a series of challenges to decide who is the better athlete. And Remadash wins, but only by using her wings to get a leg up in some of the competitions, using her biological advantage. And Applejack suggests a follow up, and they will race in the Running of the Leaves event, and Remadash with her wings tied behind her back. And Twilight Sparkle also joins the race, but Applejack and Rainbow Dash mock her for her lack of athletic experience and her egghead book knowledge. And throughout the race, Rainbow Dash and Applejack cheats to try and knock the other out of the competition. And at the finish line, they get into a big tumble and tie for last place. And Twilight was able to pace herself, ending up in the 5th place. Yes, other stuff happened in this episode too, but yes.
Yeah. So my question for you before we get into the story, are you a competitive person?
No, I don't actively seek out competition.
Okay.
Um, I don't like to lose, so maybe in the game I might try to win, but no, I'm not
So
very competitive.
yeah. So you aren't necessarily seeking out competitive situations, but when you are put in one, you maybe have some competitive tendencies. Is that fair?
That's fair. I don't tend to seek out competitive stuff because I know more often than not I'm losing the competition, and I don't like to lose. It doesn't feel good, so
Yeah.
that toxic mentality just kind of happens.
I mean, yeah, it could be tough depending on what you're doing. For me, I'm not. I don't know. I don't think of myself as super competitive, but it really depends on the situation. I like winning, but if I can have fun if I'm not winning.
Yeah,
So
if
it
it's
really
like
depends. Certain like playing like Monopoly, when you
yeah,
get to the point where you aren't winning and you aren't going to win, but there's still time left in the game, that starts to not be so much fun.
I think it's like better when it's just you're playing fair. Like card games, you have
Yeah.
the luck of the draw when everybody's on equal footing. That's great. But when something has to do with like physical advantage or mental advantage, I've always been like a chubby little kid, so I'm usually not the best at sports. And so, sports days in elementary school, I hated those so much because all I got was that darn green uh, little flag that says, "Good job, boy, you competed." Um, anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
I did not enjoy any of the physical education sport. Badminton I have fun with. But
I loved badminton.
yeah.
Yes. I wish I could play Batman all the time, but alas,
Yeah.
I cannot.
It, it's a good one. But yeah, no, this is very much like a story of competitiveness of
Mm,
this friendly-ish competition between the two ponies. We do have a bit of like the tortoise and the hare here as well
kinda, yeah.
with Twilight Sparkle, who is like going on the race because she wants to enjoy it rather than seeing it as a competition, and ends up, keeping a good pace that lets her um, enjoy a bit of, yeah, she doesn't win, but she does well enough. But yeah, here we have, it's like, it's not that Rainbow Dash and Applejack are flexing on. I mean, they kind of are flexing on Twilight Sparkle as like, oh, you're going so slow, but they are also like actively getting in each other's way in a way that leads to them losing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is the very big Applejack and Rainbow Dash competition episode. It's
Okay.
it's a very consistent part of their characters, just that they're so competitive and they are constantly trying to one up each other, seeing who's the best. We saw glimpses of this in Ticketmaster.
Okay.
Very briefly when they try to arm wrestle for the ticket. But here we get the full on
Yeah.
uh, thing, which I think did lead to the Apple Dash ship,
Okay.
where
That makes sense. Yep.
yeah, of
Enemies to
course,
lovers.
yeah, that
Common
seemed
common
yep,
dynamic.
common dynamic. So
But even just like, I was reminded of the Slumber Party episode with Rarity, which also has
mhm.
Applejack in this sort of oppositional. It's interesting because when we started the show, I assumed Applejack was going to be more of the Laguna from Monster High role of, she's a little bit separate from everyone else, but everyone else goes to her when they need some like folksy wisdom. But she's actually been much more of like involved in the conflicts of these episodes that I was assuming she would be. She's very, very competitive, very assertive in a way that when she disagrees with someone else, there's tension.
Yeah, both voiced by Ashley Ball.
Yep, that was 100% the connection I was making, and not just a complete coincidence that I completely missed.
Yes. Yep. Also Rainbow Dash voiced by Ashley Ball. Yeah, it's a
uh,
she
I
does all
did
the
also
work.
want to say, because my sister ran cross country in high school, so there were certain moments that were reminding me of stories that she had for cross country, but specifically the bees moment. There was a time when she was running cross country, and there was like bees somewhere on the track that I think a few people got stung. I think someone was even allergic and had to like, I think at that point they had put like a marshal or something around the bees to be like, don't run through here because there's bees.
There was a
So
marshal for the bees. It's like, bees, you stay right where you are. I got a gun. How do you handle bees whenever a bee just flies around you?
I try and stand still, because
Yeah.
the less you agitate them, the less likely they are to bother you. I've been stung by a wasp. That was the
Ew.
year where like I twisted my ankle,
Mm.
I bruised my knee. These were all
Mm.
separate incidents, all on the same leg, and then I got stung by a wasp, all within like a month.
That sounds great.
I think I might have sprained something at one point as well.
I mean,
My toenail for my little toe fell off, but that's something that happens
ew.
sometimes.
Ew. Ah,
All within the space of, that was all within like 2 months that all of that stuff happened. It's like, why does the world hate my left leg? Or maybe it was my right leg. I don't remember.
a leg was hated. Um, yeah, the purpose of the race here is for the running of the following the leaves. So
Yeah,
again, because the world of ponies is very orderly, leaves don't fall on their own. They need the help of ponies to
yeah,
fall because they're so darn pesky.
yeah.
They don't want to die. And so ponies, they have to run, and that makes the leaves fall. But
Yep.
I cannot for the life of me understand how none of those leaves fell. They got to the end of the race, it's like, oh, you guys were bickering and none of the leaves fell. But like they were running too.
Yeah.
Applejack was kicking the trees. Like the only one who wasn't running was Twilight. And yet anyway,
Yep. Uh,
I
I
don't know.
It's fall right now when we're recording this. We have like peak color up here right now. Are you starting to see changing color by you?
Oh yeah, we've had leaves following already, so
Yeah, yeah.
our yard is just full of dead leaves. So somebody's gonna rake that up.
Yep. Or you can leave it, and
I
that's
can
a
leaf it.
you can leaf it. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
apparently that's good for like
Mulch.
and for like getting local insects to help with the plants and stuff. I don't know much about
And
this. I
snakes.
don't manage the yard where I live, so I don't have to worry.
But it looks
But
pretty.
yeah, yeah. No, I love
Very
fall.
very
Fall is
timely
my favorite.
episode of fall. Even though last week we did winter into
Yeah,
spring, so
it's a weird ordering of episodes, but I guess that's how the how the leaves fell.
again, timeline theory. Did they write these episodes in different orders? Was this supposed to be an early episode? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't have my drum effect sound ready to go when I made
Dun-ch.
my pun.
Um,
Yes.
yes.
I'll just say it again because I want to get the what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, the order is weird, but I guess that's just how the leaves fell. Okay, now I feel
Yeah,
better about that.
Celestia shows up like a tyrant, lording over the ponies, just walks into town, wings spread, looking down, everyone bowing. um,
Yep.
there's a funny rendition of Celestia called uh, Tyrannical Dictator Celestia. There's fun little posters and stuff about that. Anyway, yeah, this
Yeah.
episode.
Rainbow Dash is very competitive and very like
Oh yeah,
outwardly competitive.
yes.
And she isn't above using some underhanded tactics. Like she's not wrong that they didn't set the parameters for the Iron Pony competition, but she is using that to her advantage for some very unfair
She has a
things.
heavy physical advantage. I mean,
Yeah.
for the most part, she was doing pretty well without her wings. Like
Yeah.
she ran faster than Applejack without her wings through the barrels. Although I think Applejack had the penalty, so
Yeah.
that didn't
Yeah.
help. But she did relatively well. Her wings were mostly just tiny things that mostly didn't affect too much until they really did. Like when she
Yeah.
flew during the tug of war.
Yes, that's the
I
most egregious.
I have no idea how like anybody allowed that to like happen.
Yeah. uh, but yeah, it's interesting because well yeah, she is the one who starts cheating during the race. Though she does think Applejack started it. They both have these moments of like, oh, the other person tripped me, and then Twilight is like, no, you actually tripped over this thing. But then even after Twilight says that to Rainbow Dash still seems to think that Applejack, I don't know, left the stump in the path or something for
Yeah.
her to trip. It's I don't know what her logic is. Um, but yeah, she's the one who sort of then there's the whole thing with the branch, and then it kind of snowballs from there. They're
It kind of
fighting
snowballs.
and then
I really Rainbow is the worst cheater because she changes the direction of the sign, and
yeah,
then at the end she gives up and just starts flying. It's like, all right, bets are off. Uh, I'm gonna prove I'm the best by breaking this deal to prove who's the best without wings. Anyway, but then
I
also
mean that's
Applejack
definitely
gets a
like
right on the balloon to get in the first place, which I don't know how that's legal, but whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like when you're playing Mario Kart and you fall off the edge at just the right point where like the little Lucky Two like takes you halfway across the track and drops you off. And you're like, oh, I don't know if that was entirely fair, but oh well. Guess I'm
Hey,
here now.
speedrunners use it all the time, get those little trick
Yeah.
jumps in there.
uh, but yeah, no, it's interesting that like Rainbow Dash is definitely the type of person who is competitive to the extent that it is all about winning and less about the manner in which she wins.
Yeah.
She's the kid who's stacking the Candyland deck, as opposed to the parent who's stacking it so the game gets over quicker.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Applejack Applejack is like, she tries to act above the competition but then actually ends up getting dragged into it anyway. You have the moment at the beginning where she's like, oh, this is just a game, I'm just having fun, but then as the competition goes on, that sounds more like she's trying to convince herself of that rather than that actually being her mentality. And then, yeah, once you get to the race, then she's just being flat out competitive. And then it's Twilight who is sort of providing actually, no, she's the only one here who is having fun with this as just like a thing to do and not a competition to be won.
Yeah. Twilight getting 5th place. I don't know how she did that. She was like just walking throughout the entire
Well,
race.
that is how you do a long distance race, is you pace yourself and then
Sure, but she
maybe
could be
bursts of
pacing
speed
a
up.
little faster than that because
The,
everybody seemed to be going full sprint the entire time.
the thing is, she did seem to be like keeping up relatively well with the pack. So whatever she was doing was clearly working in her favor, and I like that. Like, she doesn't win the race. I think that would have been a very cheap ending if it's, oh, I was the tortoise and you were the hares and I got first place. Na 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 na. But no, it's like, oh no, she like got 5th place, and that's okay because she wasn't trying to get. She was just there to have fun, and she knew the strategy well enough to like place well, but not beat the whole field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a version of this story out there, fan fiction, where Twilight wins the race by just teleporting at the end. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just jogging behind, and right before they go, I just teleport and win.
uh, it's I always find like the long distance race, like the strategy plays
Mm,
so much of a role in it, as opposed to like the with sprinting, it's more about who's the fastest. With the long distance racing, it's about who has the endurance, who has the right strategy and knows when to speed up, when to slow down. There was a great. I don't watch a ton of Olympics racing, but a couple years ago, the Tokyo Olympics, so
yeah.
more than a couple years ago, the women's long distance race, the winner won. Like, she wasn't even in the top 50 ranked before the race, but she won because the Dutch team didn't realize that she was out in front of them. So they were pacing themselves as if they were in the lead, even though they were in second and third place. And so that meant that this one person was able to, like, won by a significant gap because she somehow got ahead and they weren't keeping close enough track. And so they didn't know they needed to overtake her.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, that's always interesting to hear about. But yeah, we also have other characters. Celestia here.
Spike,
He's
yeah,
Spike. Spike.
really
I like
wanted
his
to.
thing that he wants to be the announcer. He wants to be the color commentator, and then Pinkie Pie invites him to do it, but then he's like, oh, Pinkie Pie's the wrong person to do this with.
Pinkie Pie just hijacks a balloon from somewhere to do the announcements.
uh, that is just going off on tangents, which is how I would do it if I were trying to do color commentary. I already do it when we're just doing podcasting.
Yeah, I mean, she goes into tangents about like random things like fudge and stuff like that, which is, you know,
Yep.
hey,
Why not?
having like this straight man and like the crazy person, that's a great duo to have for commentary, I guess.
Yeah, the visuals here. I mean, I like seeing the autumn leaves. I think I like autumn, and I'm in that mood this time of year, so that was nice to see.
Yeah, yeah, fit the season that we had.
Yeah.
On to animation errors. There's this one has a lot of stuff in it. Um, yeah, so the first error we see, I don't know if you can see what's wrong with this one. There's a couple things wrong with this one here.
Yeah, the number is kind of going into her flank there.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have a neck.
No. Her head is detached. It's a good thing that you pointed out the number there, because the next image shows just a constant issue with the numbering in this
Oh
episode.
yeah, she doesn't have a number on her.
Oh yeah, there's many shots where they come and go for both her and Applejack. So
That
I
does
get
not
it.
surprise
It's an
me.
additional asset to have, and yeah, sometimes in like other random episodes, you like for a brief glimpse see the number on her flank. So hey, you gotta love Flash.
Yep,
Yeah. Next image. This could
she has
yeah.
two heads.
She has two heads. Yes, she's. That's a weird thing. Um, and I don't know if if you've noticed the last image here. What's going on with Rainbow?
I'm not seeing it.
Well, look into the crowd.
Go into the crowd. Oh, there's rainbow dashes in there twice.
Yeah, she has like a long lost sister here, just running the race that we never knew about. Yep, those are the visuals for this week. Performances. Everybody's doing their job.
Yeah,
We
no
get to
one new
see a
here.
little bit more of the Apple family, Granny Smith, and they're cheering on. They don't say much, but they're there.
Yeah.
Celestia shows up.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Don't have anything to add there. Sound.
Yep.
I don't think there's anything to talk about sound wise. Oh,
Oh yeah,
what's
I
up?
forgot to mention the meme of this episode. It was in the notes up in the characters.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, so the beginning of this episode, we see Applejack and Rainbow Dash like hoof bump each other,
Yeah.
and that created the whole bro hoof meme where Brony is like fist bumping, it's like yo bro hoof, which you didn't really see a whole lot of like memes, but whenever you like meet up at conventions and stuff, it was a common thing to just bro hoof anyone you see. Um,
Okay.
there even is like a bro hoof emoji. Go down to where I am. It's like that. It's just a
Okay.
slash and then a little thing, and that's a bro hoof. Other neat stuff like that on the illusions via the Pony Wiki. The title is a play on the term fair weather friends, which means those who are only friends when circumstances are easy and pleasant. Interesting. The Iron Pony competition's name and purpose are similar to those of the Iron Man triathlon race. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Yeah. All I know is Iron Chef, so I know the iron is part of
Iron
something.
Maiden.
I don't know. That's Thatcher, isn't it?
No, she was the Iron Lady. The Iron
Ah,
Maiden is the like medieval torture device that I don't think was actually ever used. And then there's a band as well.
yeah. Anyway, when Applejack bucks the tree Rainbow Dash is sitting under, the apples fall onto Rainbow Dash's head to the tune of "Shave and a Haircut." Yes.
I think I
Rainbow Dash,
recognized the tune, but not what it was because I don't think I'd ever heard
yeah.
the title of that
Shave
song.
and a haircut, 2 cents.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So Rainbow Dash says Applejack's accusations of cheating sound like sour apples, a parallel to the idiom "sour grapes" from Aesop's fable "The Fox and the Grapes." Sure. Uh, The running of the leaves tradition has its roots in the famous running of the bulls tradition in Spain. Eh, the,
That's not what the running of the bulls is about. The running of
no,
the bulls is
we
you are
had
being
that in the
chased by
early
bulls.
episode. We had that in the early episode with the
Yes.
cows. Yes. It's just the name that sounds similar. Uh,
Yeah.
the bell and phrase "and they're off" that starts the running of the leaves is also used in horse track racing. Very good. Um, and Twilight's Racing number 42, and Remadash mentions of the Egghead's Guide to Running. Both allude to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. IMDb trivia friendship report. Both Applejack and Rainbow Dash learned how to be good sports and that friendship can outweigh any competition. I don't know if they actually learned that. They did the opposite of that, and then
I mean, I think we're supposed to think that they learned that by the end.
Sure. Yeah. And of course, Derpy appears. We see her in the race and whatnot. So yeah. Overall, what do you think of this episode?
Yeah, it's an episode. Is this
Yeah.
one of the popular ones?
Yeah, it's I guess it's one of the more forgotten ones, or just
Oh, okay.
middle of the road ones. It is very notorious for being very difficult to abridge or parody because all the abridgers have the same issue of like, oh, all they do is like run or talk, and there's not much else plot wise. So,
Okay.
um, interesting thing, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I enjoy it, but like, there's a lot of other episodes that I prefer. Before we move on to the next episode, we wanted to take a moment to tell you about where you can find us. We're Binging Barbie podcast on Instagram and Tumblr, Binging Barbie on Blue Sky and Serialized, and Binging Barbie a Barbie movie podcast on Letterboxd. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a 5-star review and go join our Patreon at patreon.com/Binging Barbie podcast.
So yeah, season 1, episode 14 is called Suited for Success. This was released February 4th, 2011, written by Charlotte Fullerton. And then we do have a song here by Daniel Ingram, who pops up every once in a while.
Every once in a while. I'm sure we'll see his name some more in the next 9 seasons. I don't know. All right, as the plot of this episode goes, Rarity is putting on a fashion show and decides to make gowns for the main 6. And her initial designs take into account each of her friends' personalities, but keeping within her own sensibilities as a designer. And none of the ponies are satisfied with the design, so Rarity agrees to make the gowns again. And rather than using her own design sensibilities, she relies on the ponies to tell her what they want. And she's also unable to finish her own gown. And the night of the fashion show arrives, and Spike reveals that he has invited Hoity Toity, an important figure in the Canterlot fashion elite scene. He and the audience are horrified by the garish and over-designed gowns the main 6 had Rarity make for them. And Rarity shuts herself in her room in embarrassment and in wallow, being the fun, dramatic Rarity she is. And a few days later, the other ponies convince Hoity Toity to come back and agree to wear the gowns Rarity designed for them initially. And Hoity Toity is impressed and praises Rarity for her work. And then orders more work from her. So, yes.
Yep. Yeah, I have to say before we start out, Rarity, I don't doubt her skill, but listen, everyone knows that for the sewing challenges, you don't bite off more than you can chew, you don't over design the dresses, and you don't help someone else with their dress if you aren't going to be able to finish yours in time. That's just, when you're doing a sewing challenge, that's just how you have to approach it.
Yes. It did not start out as a sewing challenge. She initially started out as just, I'm going to make you free dresses for the Grand Galloping Gala. We got a mention
Oh, yeah.
of that again.
I was referring to on RuPaul's Drag Race when they have the sewing challenges. Those are she was making a lot of common mistakes that people on the show make.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, she knew how to sew. Sometimes people go on the show and they can't sew.
Well, they reap what they sow.
It's like so sometimes they're able to like throw something together with hot glue and a prayer, but yeah, there have been some interesting dresses on that show. But yeah, anyway, I love the focus that we are getting on Rarity, since she is sort of the one of the main 6 who I immediately was like, oh, I want to see more of her. And then that hasn't really been the case. We haven't really seen much focus on her. So getting this episode that is all about her, I enjoyed that.
Yeah. No, Rarity has episodes.
There's an interesting subversion here because usually this type of show, the message of this type of episode is, Rarity makes the initial gowns and the main 6 are like, oh, these are good, but I don't really like them. So then they make their new gowns and they're like, oh, this actually expresses their personality. And then Rarity has to learn the lesson of like, you can't tell other people what they'll like. But no, this is a subversion of that. It's actually like, oh no, Rarity knew what she was doing the first time around. And her friends just needed to understand that she was doing something nice for them and not
yeah
make
yeah The main
Yeah.
six are shocking in this episode. It's like Rarity is making them all free dresses for
Yes.
free for the
No,
gala.
I'm not sure about like the free part because I don't understand how the economy of this thing works. But she's clearly putting in a lot of time and effort to these things.
Yeah. She's making them dresses. They didn't come to order dresses. She just
No.
decided, hey, I'm going to make y'all dresses. And then they are like acting like they're paying so much for these dresses that they want
Uh,
their specific designs. It's like, what the heck? It's a gift. And you're complaining? You're. Man, that scene where they reveal the dresses and they're just like, oh yeah, it's nice.
yeah, and like I don't know. I don't understand the fashion of ponies, but I don't think I'm supposed to necessarily understand it. But yeah, the gowns look fine to me. They seem perfectly. They're much better than the ones that the main six have her design later.
Yeah, I can understand, maybe Applejack and Ramadash like
Yeah,
wanting stuff, but like everyone else just kind of
Fluttershy is like the most
Fluttershy,
demanding of them all, and that is not at all in keeping with her character.
French haute couture. Yeah,
Yeah. Which then we do see like her fashion sensibilities are arguably one of the better of the main six, but yeah, her gown when she tries to design, hers maybe turns out the best of the group. I don't have it in front of me, but like the bird's nest hat is a little
it's
campy,
a
but
choice.
it's a choice. The
Yeah,
Twilight Sparkles just looks very frumpy and
it's a cosplay. Honestly, it looks like a cool cosplay, but it's still it's the little jingles, the jingle jangles on the top of her head are
yeah,
a bit
yeah.
much. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I do feel like slightly bad for them because they walk out and they're like, "Oh, we look so good," and then they see the audience reactions and they're like, "Oh no, we messed up. We don't look good at all."
That's the worst. Anything where you're going so confident and then you realize, oh no, this is
They
actually not great.
they did sow what they're reaping, but the
Yes.
the reaping of it is very difficult for them.
Uh,
Um,
yes.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah. I do like Rarity's dresses in this. Um,
yeah,
I think like one of the things I do like about the show is the fashion sense that Rarity has, or just what they try to do in the show, which is not something I really think about for cartoons, but like because ponies, it's like they're usually just not wearing clothes. When they do,
yeah,
it's like you pay attention to like the design of the clothes, and I think there's decent designs of the clothes in this one. Um, so yeah, I like the
yeah.
sketches too. The design
Yes, the
sketches that
sketches are
Rarity
very good.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, I think they do a good job, especially even just the contrast between the two different designs of the gowns. It,
Yes,
it
I
illustrates the point
wish
very well.
I put screenshots of the different dresses and the notes here so that we can compare them.
Yeah, I'm
Did you
looking at the wiki
did
right
you
now, and
have a favorite gown design?
um, let me look through these because I'm currently looking at the bad designs. I do honestly like Rainbow Dashes is a bit extreme, but it does like look fine. I think Applejack's is maybe one of the worst because she has like the hat and then the boots, the like yellow construction boots
Yeah,
that
yeah.
um I think Fluttershy's she has a bit of a clown thing going on, but the hat is fine.
Hmm.
Let me see what the actual later Rarity dresses look like. Yeah, I think Applejack's is maybe the biggest improvement because it still has a lot of the same aspects, but there's more sort of it's a little bit subtler. The colors actually work together.
Yeah.
Um, Pinkie Pie as well because she's obviously her both gowns are over the top, but the one that Rarity actually designs is actually like feels fashionable as
Yeah.
opposed to just like a bunch of
The
stuff hot
pink and
glued
white
on.
are a good contrast for her pink.
Yeah.
Sorry, the blue and white, not the pink and the pink goes well with the pink.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite. I should I should have had us play Toot and Boot, but
What's
I
that?
don't watch that show. Oh, that's a drag race spin-off thing where they review the fashion of the week and they either boot it or toot it. So boot it is like get it out of here.
Mm, no, I like most of the dresses. Remedash, the
Do we
thing.
want to play? Do we want to play this a second? I don't know. I
Sure,
don't know if we have the personalities to sell
sure.
the
Yeah,
thing.
can you send me a link to the wiki
Yes.
so I can look at the dresses myself? I can go from memory, but
Yeah.
it's best to like take a look. All right.
So
So
it's
what?
boot is like no, not at all. Toot is like good, and then shoot is like very, very good. Um, so let's just
It's
start with the ones that they actually wear to the fashion show, the bad ones.
all right. Yes, Twilight. She's got the map of the stars there. Uh, dark purple colors. Decent
Yeah,
color choice that
colors
goes.
is good. Yeah,
Yeah, color is
I
good.
think the silhouette is the problem here. There, she just looks very frumpy. There's no shape at all.
Yeah, she
It just looks like she draped something over herself.
like a Halloween ghost
Yeah.
with a bed sheet.
Looks like Applejack is up next.
All right, big weird
Yeah, the
hat.
hat
That's yeah.
and like the quilted pattern with the like patches. That's just like a little bit too much. There's too much color going on because you have this like bright red hat with the green apple in front, but then
Mm,
the quilt has like blue and orange and yellow, and the patches are green and red, and then the boots are just bright yellow. It's each individual element you could design a gown around that. Like you could make the hat work if everything was red or green, but it's all of the different pieces contrasting with each other that just yeah, that's definitely a boot.
yeah. No good.
um
Who's next?
Fluttershy
Fluttershy.
here. I said I like the hat. The hat is good.
The
Or
green
maybe
is
not good. The hat
too.
works.
It's too bright of a green. It's vomit
Yeah.
green,
Yeah, it's not a
lime
good
green.
green. The
Yeah,
green on green with the hem there, that's not working well. The collar is like clown costume collar. It's a little bit too much.
I'm not seeing very French couture in this design for
No, no,
Fluttershy.
not at all. It's basically just the hat. Um,
Yeah, the hat is just a bird's nest. I don't know if those eggs are real. Um,
I knowing Fluttershy, they probably are.
yeah, yeah.
Rainbow Dash. Let's do Rainbow Dash next. I would
Mm,
say that this is like maybe a bit of a toot for me because the
yeah,
helmet has this like cool slicked back thing. I like the shoes are kind of cool. The problem is this like the I don't know, even the skirt, I guess that would be. I don't know what these things are at Horse Anatomy. This like bright red with a rain cloud. It's
I that might be a cape, like a small cape.
yeah. It just
Yeah.
doesn't quite I don't know, the solid color compared to all of the different like rainbow accents all
Mm.
over the place is it just isn't
It's
quite for
not
me.
a very dress outfit. It's
No, no.
very.
She maybe didn't understand the challenge, but I'm still gonna give her a toot here.
She thinks this is cool. Which part of it is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
helmet is pretty cool. But again, um, is that a helmet or is that just like a Padme style headdress?
I think it's a helmet. It looks very like Roman or Greek with
Yeah,
like the style of the face.
yeah.
Um,
Which we
yeah,
see another element of that in Rarity's official dress for that. Um,
yeah, yeah.
next up,
Um, yeah. Pinkie Pie is last up here. The the cupcake on the head that doesn't have a good shape for the hat. Like compare that to Fluttershy's hat. Fluttershy, her hat like has some shape, gives her head some like interesting shape to it. This is just like a cupcake stuck on her head. It does not work. The gown itself from the shot that I'm seeing here is like fine. The skirt is a bit big, but I mean that is it matches with the frosting on the cupcake, so that's fine at
She
least.
has balloons tied to her tail.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the thing I'm a little that isn't adding anything to the fashion here.
no.
There's nothing here. Like without the balloons, this would probably not be a toot, but it would be less of a boot than pretty much all of the other outfits here. But with the balloons, it's too much.
Yeah, I'd probably boot most of them. Rainbow Dash is a maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Um, well, yeah. Let's now do the actual
The
dresses.
actual.
These they have like better screen grabs of
All right,
Twilight's up first. I'm
Twilight.
gonna be honest, this isn't quite doing it for me. I think part of it is just the anatomy of the ponies are weird for wearing gowns.
Sure.
So you get like this very like the back is very it's Aunt Fanny from the Robots movie.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on back there.
Yes. I don't know. To me, when I see something like this, I kind of think it probably would suit Trixie better than Twilight.
Yeah. Which I
The
guess they're
color
going for the
scheme
magician thing,
or the
which
star
makes
look,
sense.
the shiny star look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I think I
Cute.
like the shoes. I like the little star
Yeah.
patterns. I like the colors of it. It's just, yeah, for me this is a bit of a boot. Oh, how are you feeling? Are you boot
I.
toot?
Where's the middle one? What's the middle one?
Toot is the it's good,
Okay.
and then
I
shoot
th-
is the it's super good.
I think it's a toot, but for the wrong pony.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Applejack is up next. I think this is a boot. I think this one feels
Yeah.
like it has the most unique perspective, where it's a take on a saddle with like these pant legs that I think that's just a cool idea. The boots, the colors are all like again, you saw it her original look. The big problem was the colors. Here, Rarity has like pulled back on that and it's like, okay, we're doing the green, we're doing the red, and we're doing the brown, and that's the only colors here.
Hmm. And then you can somewhat tell that like whatever is going on, the skirt part is like denim or something.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some interesting materials here. It feels um very in keeping with her character. You get the like little apple details on the hat, so you're getting a slightly more interesting hat than what she would usually wear. Um, I honestly, considering the fashion that we see in this episode, I might be willing to shoot this dress. I'll give this a shoot.
Okay. Um, it's a dress. I don't know if that's my favorite shade of green for Applejack.
Okay.
Because for me, I think Applejack, I'm thinking more of like reds and browns and oranges. Green is like a very different color. It works well with the
Yeah.
earthy aspect, but it's I don't know.
That's fair. I may
Yeah,
have. For me, it's the construction of it that really.
she has her hair is braided in a slightly different way here.
Yeah, and she has the collar as well, which is sort of
Yeah.
yeah. I think it looks very interesting. Um, I'm also a fan of Pinkie Pie's here. Oh, I
Yes.
didn't ask if you're tooting or booting or shooting the Applejack dress.
I might boot it. I don't know.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
go
it's
for it.
very much within her character, but like I don't like. I'm thinking about translating that design into like a human. I don't really know about it. But
Okay,
speaking
I
of
think that would
translating designs, I've seen people cosplay as Pinkie Pie's outfit here, and it looks
work.
really
Okay,
nice. It's a good
that makes
design.
sense. This is like yeah, I would say this is up there with Applejack's. The
Hmm,
again we're getting like it is very much her personality. It feels like the silhouette is a little bit there's more going on in the waist area. So where Twilight's feels very like big in the back, Pinkie Pie's at least feels like it has like the volume makes sense given the skirt and everything here.
sure.
Um yeah, I don't I'm not 100% sure how I feel about like the confectionery counter hat with the rest of the gown, but I think like it works.
Yeah,
It feels like it's consistent.
yeah.
I would definitely I'll shoot this one as well. This is a shoot for me.
A shoot is a what?
That's like the best of the best.
Yeah, I'll shoot this one. Yeah, I like this one. Again, since I've seen it in person on someone,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah. I
great.
can imagine this one of all of the gowns would probably translate the best. Then we have
Yes.
Rainbow Dash.
Yeah. Uh, we were saying
Okay,
like,
honestly, this is worse than the one she designed for herself. This is the only one.
yeah. I mean, maybe the rainbow cape, but like the grape.
Okay, take the rainbow cape and put it on her other outfit instead of the like weird red cape that she had, and it is like, and I guess because the interesting thing about that is Rainbow's demands for Rarity are just make it cooler. So Rarity had a bit
Yeah.
more of creative leeway in interpreting that prompt versus, Fluttershy is like, do this, and that. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
the grapes around the neck, are those grapes?
Yeah,
What is?
because we were talking about like the Greek and Roman aesthetic, and like
Yeah,
she has like the Caesar uh,
yeah,
feather
the
crown
laurels.
thing,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
laurels, and also the grapes, which is part of that thing. But it's just a weird choice to have grapes as a necklace.
yeah.
I
And also,
like the shoes. I like the
yeah,
shoes,
yeah, the
but
shoes are good. But yeah, I think this is a boot, which is weird because the her other outfit was a toot. So she definitely had a bit of a downgrade between fashion shows.
it's not very aerodynamic of her,
No,
really.
no, not that either. Yeah,
Yeah,
I will say like the way that, again, we're getting a bit more of like a definition between the skirt and the waist here, so that does help with the shape a little bit. We aren't
yeah,
getting that Twilight sparkle frumpy look.
yeah.
But yeah,
I,
this is
I,
definitely a boot.
Yeah, hey, I know that Remo Dacho is dressed in style, but this style wasn't it.
Fluttershy up next. I like this overall. Um,
Yes.
I think compared to the other ones, it's weird that she's just sort of wearing like a thing over her tail, and this doesn't have anything covering her body, but I think it works
It
well.
it could just be the angle that we're seeing it at. Um
Yeah.
yeah, cuz from the front there's stuff.
Oh
Kinda.
yeah, there's stuff in the front. There's like I like the necklace with the brooch. Like that looks very good, and like these colors look very good on her. This is
Yeah.
a good shade of green, a good shade of blue. I like the
Works really
shoes.
well
They're very
with
subtle.
the yellow and pink of her. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a toot for me.
Hmm. And then
And
of
then yeah,
course
last up,
the
Rarity.
crowning achievement with Rarity, very much a gala dress as you would expect.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it looks a little prom.
Yeah, that's a
It's
gala
maybe a
dress.
little, yeah.
Yeah.
It's even more. It looks like maybe it's just the coloring. It looks, you know, Sweet 16, which
Uh,
again, this is like, since this is supposed to be very toyetic, and like the kids who are meant to be looking at this dress and being like, oh, this is the coolest dress ever, are, kids who have not yet had their Sweet 16. So
I don't
they're
know if
still
they've made
thinking
a
of this as
toy with
aspirational.
this dress or with these
Even just like
dresses.
watching the show though, you're like, as a kid, you're like, oh, this is the coolest dress ever, and then as you get a little bit older, you're like, oh yeah, the gems are like
I like the
nice.
collar
Yeah, the
on the
collar's
neck.
really good. Yeah,
She has
the
earrings and a
top part.
tiara.
Yeah, I think it's mainly the skirt here that is giving a little bit, prom.
Hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that, but I think compared to some of the more, compared to especially the Pinkie Pie, and I think Applejack, but I know you disagree with me on that. Those have
Sure.
like, those feel fashion. This feels like something you get off of a rack, where those feel fashion. And I mean, I
Yeah.
guess the top part doesn't feel like that, but the skirt part is definitely like, oh yeah, you got that off the rack, and then you put some little gemstones on it and called it a day. So yeah, I'm gonna toot that, but I with a little bit of misgivings there.
Yeah, I think this one's a shoot for me.
Okay,
There
range
is
of
one
opinion
other
there.
design in this show, Rarity in her like dressing gown.
That yeah,
Um,
let me find that look because that is like it didn't occur to me until this episode, but she is like very much giving like old school Hollywood actress diva. It's just so much fun. I love that persona. So I was having fun with that whole thing with her where she's wallowing in her self pity and lazing
th-
about in her dressing gown and
that scene where where they're at the door and Rarity's like saying these funny things.
yes.
Yeah, I was half expecting like the opening quote to be from that moment, but alas,
I should have.
alas, whatever it is, ponies wallowing.
I
Uh,
really should have. I didn't even because usually I find the quote and then I stop thinking about it. So unless something jumps out, but that for some reason didn't. I was just enjoying Rarity's character and
yeah,
seeing
yeah.
that stuff.
I do like her red glasses that she uses when she's working.
Yeah, those are neat as well. I like the whole fashion design angle of this. I
Yes.
hope we get more of that in the future, though I'm not necessarily expecting it to become a thing.
Yes, there's more stuff. I mean,
Okay.
Birdie, that is her character trait, and we will see different designs throughout the show. But this
Okay.
is our
I'm
first set.
okay. We'll have to remember to maybe I'll send you an episode of I forget what it's even called so that I honestly have not seen that many episodes, so I don't even understand the format. So maybe we'll have to do something a little bit more formalized next time we talk about an episode
Formalized.
like this.
Yeah.
I mean, just like pulling exact pictures to go based off of, making sure I have the terminology correct.
Classic Rarity episode. Um Great. Yeah.
Yeah. I see here you've pulled a meme. I'll let you
Yes.
explain that because I have literally no idea what this is,
Yeah,
except that I have heard this
Rainbow
phrase before.
You Rainbow Dash during the song, when Rarity is like, "What do you want? What do you not like about it?" And Rainbow Dash is like, "Nah, it needs to be cooler. Make it cooler." And she says this random line, "It needs to be about 20% cooler." And for some reason, that was just like the funniest thing to people, and so it just became this huge meme of like, it's the Brony Insider meme. It's like, you know what
Yeah.
it means, then you're cool. It needs to be about 20% cooler. Which, granted, I've never heard that before said in
Yeah.
any other show,
It's
so it
it,
makes
the
sense.
thing that's funny is not to dissect the frog. The thing that's funny is that she specifies a percentage of how much cooler it needs to be, and it's not even like 80%. It's just 20%. She's just asking for a little bit of a turn. Just turn the knob up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, it became such a huge meme. It's all over t-shirts, like these meme stuff. I have my own t-shirt that says
Oh,
20%
neat.
cooler. So yeah, it's the meme that just would not die for the longest time. Even like when the fandom had gotten hold of it, uh, Hasbro and marketing just kept trying to like bring it
Yeah,
back.
makes sense. Makes sense.
There is a fandom song called 20% Cooler that's more of like a nightclub song. Um,
Okay.
I'll send that to you after the episode, but
I think I may have heard it because I occasionally watch. I think it's the channel CJDX, who they did a video on the song. I
okay.
forget what the entire video was because I tend to just watch these things while I'm playing Monster Hunter or something. Um, but I am aware. That's how I'm aware of the phrase
Yeah.
that
But yeah,
through the song, sort
this
of
is the
by
big
another route.
brony meme of Rainbow Dash wants things to be cooler, 20% cooler in 10 seconds flat. Um, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Here we also get to see Hoity Toity. Um,
yeah. sort of a common fashion archetype or fashion world archetype character, the
Yeah,
snooty fashion person.
yeah. Clearly into like French aristocrat designs.
Yep.
Yep. I was surprised that he was an earth pony.
Okay.
Um,
Not a,
unicorn. Yeah.
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 I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. I also put one other thing here. There was a pony when Rody does the first fashion show. There was a pony at the DJ booth that's only there for
Yes.
like one shot, but that caught the heart of the fandom. We named her Vinyl Scratch, and she again another fan favorite one. She specifically became like the mascot for the Brony music scene, essentially. So
Okay.
any
Makes
brony music
sense.
that's like dubstep and stuff like that, vinyl was usually like part of the artistic cover of that. Any art with her is usually her doing music and stuff, and
Yeah.
she there is other characteristics about vinyl that come through fan work, which we'll get into another time. But
Yeah.
for now, she was just this cool person that had this like very funky hair design and sunglasses at night. um,
I wear my sunglasses at night.
yes, yes. So yeah, that was her introduction. Just that 5-10 seconds says nothing, but like the fandom does, captures the heart.
Yep.
So
Yep. Well, yeah. Onto the visuals. I mean, we already talked about the visuals. We did the gowns.
yeah, I like the gowns. Um, but onto animation errors. First one is with Rarity. Um, here we see the red glasses that I do enjoy,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
something else is wrong with Rarity here.
I mean, her hoof looks a little bit folded in the wrong direction.
Yeah,
I don't know
she's
if that's
trying to
it.
gesture to herself, but her leg didn't get the memo, so it snapped off. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
the next and final one, very small detail that you're always surprised how people catch. But yeah, here
What's up with
Spike is
the neck
announcing,
there?
but there's that one pony right there, and there's something on the
Little
neck.
vampire bite marks on her neck.
It's a red 71 that's written
Oh,
there. So that
is that a meme?
no, it's not a meme.
Okay.
But I think it's like an animation note where
Okay,
something
that makes
about this
sense.
character in the crowd was like a 71. So it's a mystery to us. But I guess to animators, it's like, yep, Red 71. That makes sense. Yep.
Yeah, we
Performances.
performances we have looks like Trevor Duvall as Hoity Toity.
Hmm.
We also get Rarity sings and you have Kazumi Evans here. We've talked about Kazumi Evans before, right?
I mean, yes, I think so. Like,
Okay.
again, all these people come from Barbie and Monster High, so we've seen these people before do stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yes, Kazumi is the singing voice of Rarity, and Rarity's singing voice is very interesting because out
Okay.
of all the singing voices, this one just is the most distinct because it doesn't exactly sound like Rarity. It's very elegant.
Yeah.
In a, yeah,
Yeah.
it gives like an extra layer to like Rarity, where it's like, oh, she can sing very nicely because and doesn't sound like her normal speaking voice, and that's interesting. So,
Yeah.
speaking of her song,
Yeah, I really liked her song. We're getting more of that musical style like from the winter episode.
hmm
Um that I enjoyed that style for like narrative songs.
yeah, so like we don't just get a full song; we get a break in the middle of the song to have like the scene continue, and there's still like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
underscore still going, so we're still part of the song. I do enjoy that aspect of musicals when it's able to tell its story through the song instead of just
yeah,
having a catchy song. And the lyrics in the song, it's a very wordy song, and so listening to the lyrics, you're like, oh yeah, yeah, they're saying a lot of stuff, and that's pretty cool.
yeah,
So
yeah. Good song.
yeah.
What are the illusions?
The illusions via the Pony Wiki. Art of the dress is a direct homage to Stephen Sondheim's song, putting it together from the musical Sunday in the Park with George. Which, yes,
Okay.
Sondheim's music, which Sondheim is like a popular person
Oh
for like
yeah, he
classic
did. He did.
musicals.
Into the Woods. Is that the
Yeah, Into the
one? And
Woods.
then Sweeney Todd and
Yeah,
whole bunch of stuff.
yeah. So his influence is very much into the music of the show. Um, I know that Ingram definitely said that's like, oh yeah, next season I think we're going to see like even more homages to like
Okay,
some classic songs.
that's neat.
We'll see if you catch them. Pinkie Pie's line, "I love something. Something's my favorite," echoes the line, "I love smiling. Smiling, my favorite from the film Elf." Not sure why she didn't say the direct quote because smiling is Pinkie Pie's favorite thing. Um, when Rarity considers exile, she says, "Where would I go? And what would I pack?" in a fashion that echoes a line by Scarlett O'Hara in the 1939 classic film Gone with the Wind. "Where shall I go?
Yeah.
What shall I do?"
Which
Yes.
again, that's the classic Hollywood actress thing that she's going for, which I am 100% on board for.
Okay. The sequence where Rarity has locked herself in a room and says, "I want to be alone," with a Eastern European accent echoes the famous phrase associated with the actress Greta Garbo from the 1930 film Grand Hotel. Hoity Toity bears a strong resemblance to Karl Lagerfeld, head designer and creative director for the Chanel fashion house.
Oh,
I didn't
I
realize
said,
that.
huh, as if I should know that. I don't know fashion.
Yep, neither do I. The scene in which Hoity Toity first appears features sound-alike music of the main theme from the 1981 classic French film La Cibacole.
Oh,
I
of
don't.
course.
Yes, of course. I don't know if I can dispute that or not. Anyway. Uh, the headdress from Ramodash's perfect dress strongly resembles the shape of the helmet of the comic book character the Rocketeer. Uh,
Okay.
kinda, with the fin in the back. Yeah, I guess that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. The musical opening of Rarity's second fashion show has a short sound-alike segment for "Also sprach Zarathustra," the poem of Richard Strauss, popularized in Space Odyssey. Yeah.
Yep.
Uh, the music that accompanies Pinkie Pie is a sound-alike of "The String Loves I Want Candy." I don't know what that is. The music that accompanies Fluttershy is a sound-alike of Claude Debussy's that I don't want to pronounce. Prelude à l'après-midi d'enfant.
Sure.
Yes. Whatever. The climbing vines and blooming flowers introducing Fluttershy's dress is stylized after artwork by French Impressionist artists, primarily Claude Monet and Pierre Auguste Renoir. Okay. And lastly, Rarity's gala dress is inspired by Belle's ballroom dress from 1901 film Beauty and the Beast, except this one's not yellow. It's
Yeah, and I don't see it as a big fan of that film. Like the gem, there aren't any gems on it. I don't know. I don't.
yeah,
I I need to take this up with IMDb.
yeah. No, this is via the Pony Wiki, so I
Oh,
don't really
Pony
know how.
Wiki. Okay, so
Yeah.
I have to call them up.
Yep. For IMDb trivia, Friendship Report, Rarity learns sometimes when she tries to please someone else, she only please herself instead. And the pony has
Oh,
also learned not to be overly critical or something special.
I don't think that's what Rarity learned. I think she learned that she is correct and everyone else is wrong.
Yeah, yeah, that's okay. As mentioned before, Rimodash saying her dress needs to be 20% cooler has become a popular meme across the internet, specifically in the Brony fandom.
Yep.
Yep, and lastly, several derpies appear in the background. I can see at least three. The one, yep,
Oh
yep.
boy.
Oh boy.
There's
um,
I have to imagine, and maybe the fandom already has names for all these. I have to imagine that happens with other background ponies
oh yeah,
quite often.
yeah. Like I can already see two Colgates, a couple Lyras, um, Make that 3 Colgates. Anyway, or minuets. Toy names and fandom names are all
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yes, yes. Any background shot, you're going to see multiples of characters. It's really only in like later seasons where they have enough assets to like not have multiples. So
Okay, makes sense.
makes sense. Yep, that's this week's sets of episodes. One about
Yeah,
fall, one about dresses.
yeah. Fall ball.
Fall ball. Yes. Anything else before we leave off?
No, yeah. I think we have said I have said my piece and then some.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening, and make sure to follow us on your podcast platform of choice, and go on our social media platforms and follow us there and all the other stuff that we do at some point in time. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
we will be back next week to cover Generation 1's My Little Pony movie. Very
Yeah.
exciting stuff.
I'm
Yes.
curious to see this thing.
Don't be too curious.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, ponies.
Bye. Brohoof, 20% cooler, 10 seconds to laugh.